Hello, this is Darren Roberts, Master Trainer at Impact Training Corporation and the National Sales Academy. Welcome to the Impact Sales Success tip number 5. Now, as you know, these tips are based on making sure and helping you implement from your free ebook, Win More Sales, with these 7 questions. And today we're helping you with implementation of question number 3. Question number 3 is, have you planned and typed out your sales strategy? Have you planned and typed out your sales strategy? And is it for every one of your staff to be able to see? Do you have a step-by-step template, best practice of what is expected from you and your staff when an inquiry or a lead comes into your business? What we find is that some people learn almost word for word and then put their own personality and their own spin on it to make it their own, and others learn best by process, that they want a step-by-step process that they can refer to. Now, this is a great before they go out and do a presentation within your business. They can quickly check over the template and remind themselves of the process. It's also a great template to refer back to after their presentation to say, did I nail it? Did I do what was expected? How can I improve next time? And of course, a great training tool for you all as well. And often it starts with, how quickly do I need to reply? What is the expectation of how quickly I need to reply to a lead or an inquiry that comes into the business? I was working with a business yesterday that was telling me that there's this massive delay in when a lead comes through and when their staff attempt to make contact with it. So the stats show that if a lead or an inquiry, let's say it's a web inquiry, if a web inquiry comes through, if we can call that number within the first 2 minutes of that web inquiry coming through, it takes an average of 1.9 dials to get hold of that person and speak to them. That's pretty efficient. So when we speak to them, we can create rapport and mutual commonality and create a compelling reason. It increases the likelihood of making a time to see them versus SMS or email. But if it's more than 2 minutes from when that web inquiry comes in to when it's attempted to call, then it goes to 9 to 11 dials to get hold of that person. Now, unfortunately, in most businesses, 11 dials doesn't occur, so it becomes a lost lead, or we deal with SMS or email correspondence, which makes us look like everyone else. Now, I'm certainly not saying we have to call, or it's always possible to call within 2 minutes, because we've got other things doing, but it's got to be a priority. And how do you make it a priority? What is the expectation from your business of how quickly that person, that lead or inquiry is dialed? And what happens if they do make that phone call and it goes to voice message? What is the voice message? What is the follow-up process? When do they call again? We have a call matrix system which is designed specifically around voice messages, and if we can't get voice to voice with a potential customer or client, which is a 5-day cycle, because we know every day that goes by after that lead comes in, you lose 25% of its value. So by day 4, the lead's pretty much cactus. So what do we do respectfully to help that person that has cried out for help and had interest in our business? And then what if we do get hold of them, which of course is the ideal? What are the things that need to be done within a telephone prompt and a conversation to increase the likelihood of you getting the outcome that you're after? Now, you can be as detailed or as general as you like. But firstly, how do you qualify the lead? How do you make sure you're not going to waste time spending a face-to-face opportunity with them? We need to qualify. What do we say? What are your staff expected to say on the telephone? How do they introduce themselves? How do they be seen as an expert? What are they teaching over the telephone? What unique selling points are they communicating about your business over the telephone so that you stand out from the crowd? Are you using the tease strategy? Because we know when your staff say it, the customer doubts it, but when the customer says it, it's true. Are you using the tease strategies to make sure that the customer is feeling that it's their idea to follow through with the sales process? Are you creating an action plan over the telephone, which is the reason why they're coming to see you face to face? What is the expectation of the alternate choices you're using to take the next step, whether that be a face-to-face meeting or whatever the next step might be? When are you suggesting that takes place? We know there's an increased show rate if it's within 48 hours. If it goes beyond 48 hours, your show rate drops. So what are your staff doing to make sure that they're booking that face-to-face meeting within 48 hours of the phone call? Was it a green brain conversation, emotions, or was it just logic about facts, figures, and data? Did you create mutual commonality? What did you have in common? Did you adjust your behavioural style to match their disc? Or was it just the way that you normally do it, and whether that connects with the potential customer or not don't matter? Did you record that information in your CRM system? How do you increase the show rate? Did you do some reciprocity? Is it a coffee or a cold drink that they're coming in for? So this is just telephone. Now again, you can be as detailed or as general as you like. Then of course you have a template for face-to-face communication as well. What is the expectation as soon as that lead, that inquiry, that person comes to visit you face-to-face? What do you have to have pre-planned? What do you need to remember from your telephone call? What is the process right through the entire steps of your process? So do you have the tools? Did they use the tools? What prompts did you have? So there's lots there that you need to do. Now you can start it generally and get more detailed as you go through, but a dot point plan is going to be really effective to make sure all in your offices that your staff can see, not hidden in books, but there for your staff to see and refer to it regularly in training as well. That also creates a consistency of what your customers and potential customers expect when they inquire at your business, and that increases referrals. People will refer when they have an understanding of what their friend or their family member or the person that they referred is going to go through when they inquire at your business. If sometimes they see that an inquiry is dealt with in a certain way and other times it's dealt with in another way, then they're going to be less confident of understanding what their referral, what the person that they invite into your business is going to go through. So having that step-by-step process, we don't want everyone to be robotic, but we want them to have a best way that follows through with your business. So go back and review your sales process, telephone and face-to-face. Put a dot point plan together and hold a meeting with your staff to make sure you can train that in. Now also, regarding the tips for your impact sales success tips, I'm actually going to be away for a little while. I've got some family time coming up and some new experiences with them, which is pretty cool. So Steve's going to continue with your implementation tips from the ebooks, and I'll be back with you back in August. So you guys have a great day. Any questions, please let us know. Bye for now.